Hello, Math 119 students. In this video, we're going to learn the meaning of the level of confidence in a confidence interval. So we're going to be simulating t intervals. So we learned the t interval at the beginning of chapter 8. So what we have is we have a population that has a normal distribution with a mean of 50 and a standard deviation of 10. We're going to be simulating samples of size 10. So what it does is it simulates taking a random sample from the population of size 10, and then it calculates the mean, calculates the standard deviation. Using that, it calculates the margin of error, and then it calculates the upper and lower limits for the t interval. And we're going to use, in our first example, we're going to use a confidence level of 90%. So let's do it. So here on the left, we have all 100. It simulated 100 confidence intervals. And if you may notice, the first one, this is number one. So we can put the cursor here. It actually gives us the data here. And it gives us the sample mean, 46.416. It gives us the lower limit and the upper limit for the first sample, simulated sample. And you can see the first one is on the top here. Now, when we're doing this simulation, the population standard deviation is known to equal 50. So our first confidence interval, the lower limit is below the mean and the upper limit is above the mean. So the first simulated confidence interval contains the true value of the mean, which is 50. In fact, all the ones that are shown in green, the way you read these is the green dot is the sample, is the mean. And then it extends from the lower limit is the left endpoint of the segment, and the upper limit is the right endpoint of the segment. So all the ones that are highlighted in green are ones that contain the true value of the population mean, which is 50. The ones that are highlighted in red are the ones, like here's one that's red. It's number, well, we can just put the cursor here. For that one, the mean the simulated mean turned out to be 43.746. The standard error was 2.52. The lower limit and the upper limit are both below 50. So the confidence interval does not contain the true population mean. So that one's highlighted in red. And we can see that our level of confidence is 90%. And then with our simulation, we got 90 green ones that contain the mean and 10 red ones that don't contain the mean. So that's a 90%. That's what we expect. We expect to get 90% of these confidence intervals that contain the true value of the mean. Let's look at 1,000 simulations. So if we do 1,000, we got 999 green ones, and the rest were red. So that's a percentage of 90.82% of our simulated confidence intervals contain the mean. And we expect to get 90%. That's theoretical. Okay, here's what I want to do next. I want to change the level of confidence and do the problem over again. So we'll make this 99%. We'll do 1,000 intervals with a confidence level of 99. Now, what would we expect this time? We would expect 99% of the confidence intervals to be green. And it turns out that out of 1,000, 974 contain the true value of the mean. So that's a percentage of 97.4%. So it's fairly close to 99%, a little below. Let's do 1,000 more simulations. Now we're at around 97% with 3,000. Let me do this over one more time, but this time I'm going to change the sample size to 30 and see if that makes a difference. We'll have a large sample this time. 10 is a small sample. So we'll use we'll just use a 95% level of confidence this time. Okay, so we'll simulate 1,000 intervals. So one thing worth noting is that the bars, these little segments that represent the confidence intervals, are much shorter. Why is that, do you think? Well, with a larger sample size, we'll have a smaller margin of error. So that's why the bars are shorter. Okay, so since our confidence level is 95%, we would expect approximately 95% of these intervals to be green, and we got 94%. Let's do 1,000 more. We'll do 5,000 total this time. So out of 5,000, we got 93.9% that contain the true value of the mean. And we expect to get 95%, so we're a little bit below. Okay, so anyway, this is what I wanted to demonstrate. So when you're actually doing a confidence interval, most of the time you'll be lucky enough to get a green one. A green one is where the true value of the mean is contained within your confidence interval. Although when you're actually doing a confidence interval yourself, you won't know what the true value of the mean is. So you won't know if it's green or red. All you'll know is that about 95% of the time you're going to get a green interval, which means it contains the true value of the mean. And maybe 5% of the time, if you're doing a 95% confidence level, you'll get a red interval. So a red interval is completely inaccurate. It does not contain the true value of the mean. So that's something worth noting about confidence intervals and confidence levels. So that's what I wanted to mention. And actually, this is true regardless, not just for estimating the mean, but for estimating proportions or estimating standard deviations as well. So anyway, I hope this video is helpful for you, and we'll stop the video now.